women have not had the right to vote in this country for 100 years yet. Like, it hasn't even been 100 years since we've had the right to vote. And, like, that's bullshit.
A lot of people are scared to speak up and break the cycle because it will affect so many areas in their life. I know, because it affected so many areas in mine.
Revolution. Revolution means to me saying we're not going to take it anymore, much like that band in the 80s did, and standing up and saying no, this isn't okay, and I'm not going to just roll over and let it happen like I have for however long. As a woman, growing up in a society that largely shits on women, I have been told most of my entire life that my ultimate achievement should be to get the approval of men. And I was one of those women that would be like, I don't have women friends. Like, I hang out with the boys because, you know, women are bitches.
When a woman is going to get money, I mean, you look at the NFL players, you look at the college players that are going to be an NFL player. Women, I know, women are going to be sometimes looking for an easy way to make money.
And then I realized, like, most of the things that drove me nuts about other women were things that were taught to us about how we're supposed to relate to men. One thing that I've found that it led me into an abusive marriage.
Right.
I married a man who presented himself as a very, like, urbane, sophisticated, older man who found charm in my youth and quirkiness, and you know, said, I'm going to take care of you and all these kind of things, and swept me off my feet in this sort of like fairy tale. And come to find out, it was just that he likes to prey on women who have self-esteem. And
well, now we're talking about like sociopaths and narcissists, right?
Oh, what a funny way to just sort of bleed into that, right? Like, I don't think he has anyone's interest in mind but his own. I think that he has no idea what he's doing. I think he has no idea what he's talking about. I think he's a blowhard. I think every time he unleashes some fresh hell of irresponsibility and rash behavior, I have a moment of thinking, wow, you know, I watched Hillary Clinton get sacrificed on the altar of societal misogyny by literally being the most qualified person for the job and losing to an actual game show host. Every time he does something fucking awful, I go through the process of, what would they do if she did that? And the answer in my head is usually set her on fire. Burn her at the stake, because that's historically what they do to women who are in positions of power and behave the way that he is behaving, as opposed to just saying like, oh, give her a chance, she's great, listen.
And the world needs a strong man, no more ballless bastards.
Exactly. High five to that. We're America. Like, we're a country built on being like extreme, and that's what's so funny to me, that like for a rebel nation, that it's all these like old white stuffy people that are all of a sudden being all like, you're taking our job. A lot of white women, I feel like, are so comfortable in their white privilege, like in the status that gives them, that they don't wanna, they'll sacrifice their feminine, like their dedication to being a woman for the sake of the privilege that they have as being white.
Everything, he's great and he's gonna make America great again.
How that sort of presents itself is that you see these women who will like do these posts like on Facebook, and they're all like, I don't march because I have a job and I have insurance and I have all these things and I vote and I do my part and like, I'm not oppressed at all. I don't need to march. I'm like, you have those rights and you are doing those things because we march. I've marched for bodily autonomy. I marched against a president who glamorizes sexual assault. I marched for queer women and trans women and any woman who is disrespected by this administration, which is every woman.
I love his personality. He's a hard worker. He'll make America great again, and he knows how to do it. He's better than Hillary. So yeah, better than Hillary. So.
Even the ones who voted for him, I marched for them too, because the saddest thing is that they don't even know how oppressed they are. They can't even see it.
And Donald Trump is a man who sees a problem and wants to fix it.
It's safety and privilege. It's a modicum of security of being like, well, I have a man to take care of me. But here's the thing. I got married once. I thought, I have a man to take care of me. I did not have a man to take care of me. I had a man who was hurting me actively, and I needed to learn to take care of myself.
He gave us lemons, and he said, go out and make lemonade and sell it on the streets of New York. Y'all remember that?
It's like, oh, it's just so much like bad programming everywhere. Like,
it's that type of person, Trump, that will he's the only one, I believe, that has the guts to stand up to all the politicians.
The Bible, absolutely condemns hypocrisy.
I want the kind of relationship where I am me and he is he, and we have full autonomous lives that we share with one another. Not the codependency is toxic, and it's all built on this thing of you have to have a man in order to have a full life, and that's bullshit.